What's up everyone, welcome to Crypto Maximalist. Today we're taking a look at the news, so let's get right into it. First things first, please smash the likes, subscribe and hit the bell icon. YouTube is not pushing crypto content out currently and it really helps if you hit the like. We're posting 4 videos per day, so come back every day for daily updates and analysis. And make sure to comment down below for your chance to win a hardware wallet in our new monthly giveaway. We'd also like to thank you all so much for your support. We're nearly at 10k subscribers, so please tap that sub button now. This is not financial advice. Welcome to Crypto Maximalist. Let's begin. So we're just taking a look at today's daily news again, guys. Thanks again for tuning in. As we can say, these are all news stories from the past 24 hours, so please do slap a like on the video before we begin. So the first news story here, crypto bans will not stop wider adoption. This is a Forbes article, so obviously quite a reliable outlet. So it says whether or not crypto is banned or forbidden to be used in certain jurisdictions will only have a very limited impact on the continued expansion of the space. Much has been written about the news out of mainland China, where once again certain agencies of policy-making bodies have banned or are forbidding certain entities from transacting in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. So obviously this is something that we've been saying for basically every single time that we've seen China FUD and we've discussed it. We pretty much agree that obviously in the short term this is going to have a negative effect on the market because everyone's going to panic thinking that this is a huge deal. But we do think in the long term, this is basically these are countries that are actually opting out and basically saying, we don't think cryptocurrencies should be allowed, they're too dangerous, blah, blah, blah. They're basically just shooting themselves in the foot in the long term because, in our opinion, cryptocurrencies are pretty much unstoppable. Short of actually turning the entire internet off, you pretty much can't stop decentralized operations of cryptocurrencies. And we do think that adoption is coming at a faster pace than we've ever seen. So the fact that there's a lot of pushback from some countries like China, for example, in the short term, obviously, this is going to have a negative effect on the price and obviously a negative effect on the market in general because everyone panics. But in the long term, we really don't think this is going to have much of an effect at all. And in our opinion, these countries that are actually talking about trying to they're fully trying to suppress cryptocurrency in their countries, like China, for example, they really are just shooting themselves in the foot, and they're probably just going to have to U-turn on these kinds of principles in the long term because cryptocurrency is going to reach a point where they're going to have to adopt it because they're going to fall behind in terms of technology, in our opinion. Obviously, we know China because they're rolling out their digital yuan. They desperately don't want any other cryptocurrencies to be widely used, so this is probably the main reason. If we just take a look at more of the article, you can see these announcements follow several reinforced efforts targeting at Bitcoin miners, an array of environmental and power consumption concerns. As we know, these are fully debunkable, and the amount of power that Bitcoin actually uses is very negligible, especially in comparison to the amount that we waste in the actual wider world. I think we waste around 10,000 gigawatts? 10,000 gigawatts of energy per year, whereas Bitcoin takes about 12 gigawatts. So it really just put in perspective how ridiculously stupid all these arguments actually are. And we do totally agree with the sentiment of this article. It is interesting that people have started putting out positive news articles as well, but you know, read into that what you will. But we don't think these crypto bans will last in the long term, and we don't think that in the long term they're going to have any effect on the adoption of cryptocurrency in general. So next article, why crypto stocks are sliding again today. So this is just a quick update. Basically pretty much all cryptocurrency stocks obviously went down with the with Bitcoin basically breaking below 30k, but we have actually seen Bitcoin bounce very nicely. Obviously this just touches on all the FUD that we've been seeing and we've been talking about. We don't need to go over this again. Basically, lots of different jurisdictions coming out with bearish news. China's kicking out miners. They're also trying to ban the use of cryptocurrency. The banks are saying you can't transact or do anything with your money to do with crypto, which is obviously ridiculous. We've got Iran seizing mining facilities. We've got India flip-flopping about whether or not to ban crypto or regulate it. There's all kinds of stuff going on, basically. But I do think we're probably going to see a Bitcoin ETF pretty soon from the SEC. There's only so long that they can delay it. In our opinion, it's been about 4 years since the first one got applied for. So when we see that Bitcoin ETF, we're probably going to see a huge spike in the market. It's going to basically see a lot of people coming into the crypto space. So obviously crypto stocks right now not looking too good, but I do think if an ETF does get launched, and it probably will get launched in the next year or so, that is one instrument in the stock market that's going to do extremely well in our opinion. So next article, Bitcoin in astonishing revival after dropping below 30k. So basically the article states Bitcoin dropped below this symbolic 30k mark and then saw itself come back to around 30k. 34k, sorry. So obviously there's been a lot of fear recently. Everyone was saying, oh, if Bitcoin drops below 30k, that's it. We're basically going to be in a bear market for the next 4 years. But this is something that we have actually said that we don't agree with whatsoever on our channel. As we've been saying, we do think that Bitcoin is extremely oversold right now, and we mean extremely oversold. And every single time that this has happened, especially on daily and weekly timeframes, we have had massive bumps up for Bitcoin again. And the fact that it's so oversold on the daily timeframe, as we said, the last time it was this oversold in the past few days was in the March 2020 crash, which is obviously ridiculous because, you know, that's an actual worldwide crazy black swan event. And to be this almost as oversold as that, just on the base of continuous FUD in the market, it does say to us, especially halfway through a bull market, that something's quite strange is going on. But as we can see, we did bounce all the way back up to 34k in the space of a day. So very, very nice. Obviously shows there's a huge amount of demand for Bitcoin under 30k. And we are suspecting there is going to be a lot of further upside in our opinion. So take a look at the next article. South Korea seizes crypto assets from wealthy tax dodgers. So more FUD, obviously. There's been a lot of stuff like this going on, but as we well know, there's always a lot of FUD surrounding cryptocurrency. People always saying that it's being used for illicit purposes, when it's well known that around over 90% of all basically money laundering and illicit activities involving money in general are used in the dollar. So the fact that Bitcoin gets such a bad name is quite clearly it's just FUD. They're just trying to basically suppress the price. It's all just basically a big suppression and general FUD campaign against cryptocurrency in our opinion. But if you take a look at what they said, more than what is this? 153 billion, 47 million of Bitcoin, Ethereum and other crypto assets were confiscated from around 12,000 people accused of tax evasion following a months-long probe. So basically, they're just cleaning up the space in general. We don't have any qualms with this. We do think in the long term, this kind of FUD is probably going to have no effect on the market at all. But obviously, regulation is something that we do want to see. And obviously, with further regulations and basically more actual rules and clear guidelines on how to use cryptocurrency and what that means in your jurisdiction, we are going to see more adoption for cryptocurrency in general, we think. So in the short term, obviously regulations, again, scary for the price, but long term, this is going to be absolutely key in our opinion to cracking down on a lot of the rug pulls and scams that we have seen in the cryptocurrency space, as well as actually allowing the really top quality projects to flourish, get the regulatory clarity that they need so that they can get full adoption in the mainstream. So long term, this kind of stuff obviously is probably going to be really, really good for the crypto space in our opinion. Next article, I love this. Crypto is rat poison. A third of mainstream investment firms tell JPM. So yeah, basically more FUD as we can see. Amazing. London, June 23rd, only 10% of institutional investment firms surveyed by JP Morgan trade cryptocurrencies, with nearly half labeling the emerging asset class as rat poison, or predicting that it would be a temporary fad. So obviously this is just more FUD. I mean, how many more times can we say it? It's pretty clear and obvious that, you know, do what they do, not what they say. They're pretty obviously, JP Morgan is actually offering cryptocurrency ways to invest in cryptocurrency through its bank now. Whilst but basically there are loads of people coming out and saying, oh, don't buy it, it's a fad, it's rat poison, it's terrible. I think it's Warren Buffett, isn't it, who says that Bitcoin is rat poison. It's pretty obvious that these people have no idea what they're talking about, or at the very least they're just very misinformed about what cryptocurrency actually is and its potential. It's quite clear on our channel that we do think in the long term cryptocurrency is going to be absolutely incredible. That's why we're called Crypto Maximalist. We do think in the long term it's probably going to displace a lot of the current financial system in our opinion. So obviously this is just FUD. 4/5 of investors are also expected regulators to get tougher on asset class, with a whopping 95% of them believing fraud in the crypto world was somewhat or very much prevalent. So more FUD. We obviously know that this has been debunked. Billionaire investor Warren Buffett has said in the past characterized Bitcoin as rat poison squared. So pretty obvious that they're just taking this quote rat poison and running with it here. This article doesn't really have any substance whatsoever. They're basically just trying to stay relevant in terms of cryptocurrency, etc. But we do think this is easily debunkable. It's quite clear that, cryptocurrency in general is going to be around and institutions are adopting it more and more. It's more just a matter of time, really. So yeah. Next article, which we thought was quite interesting. Crypto is the future of finance, why Gen Z is ditching traditional investments but with caution. So this is actually a phenomenon that we've been seeing a lot, especially on TikTok. There's been a lot of people basically just ditching fiat currency in general. They're not holding much money in fiat currency at all, but they're actually investing into, cryptocurrencies in general. A lot of the younger generations are getting involved in crypto because they're obviously more used to the kinds of mechanisms that it actually uses, like online banking, obviously in-game currencies and all these kinds of things. They lend themselves nicely to cryptocurrency adoption. So there is a large amount of a big push in terms of the younger generations into getting into cryptocurrency. So this big wealth transfer from the old to the new is obviously becoming more and more of a thing. You can see there's a lot of news here. Basically, some have spent the bulk of their savings on these types of investments. Nearly half of millennial millionaires have at least 25% of their wealth in cryptocurrency. So it's quite clear there's a big shift of sentiment and demand in general in the market. I'm big on the technology, so there's quite a lot of people that believe this. We think in general in the market. As you can see, there's quite a few examples here of people basically getting into cryptocurrencies because in the long term they do believe that they're going to do very well for themselves. And they do trust them a lot more than they trust the banking system, I think, especially after 2008 and the amount of distrust since then by the younger generations for banks. We do think that cryptocurrency is getting a lot of adoption because of this. So as you can see, also a love of memes. There has been a good amount of people getting into cryptocurrency because of memes like Doge, but we do think eventually they will actually segue into proper, you could say proper in inverted commas, where cryptocurrencies with more fundamentals in the long term. But as you can see, this is a very positive article. We do think this wealth transfer is something that's definitely happening. So last article, why Bitcoin briefly crashed under $30,000 after China's crypto crackdown. This is basically just a recap of what we were saying. Basically, there's been a lot of FUD in the market recently, trying to push the price down, in our opinion. It does seem as though it's all manipulated and basically all an absolute coordinated attempt to lower the price. But from what we can see, under 30K, absolutely massive demand. So that was the news today, guys. Thank you so much. That's our update today, guys. We'd like to thank everyone for watching. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, please let us know down in the comments section below. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you can keep up to date with all of our videos. Remember to comment down below and be subscribed to enter into our brand new monthly giveaway for a hardware wallet. If you'd like to support the channel more directly, please sign up to our Patreon via the link in the description below, or sign up to YouTube membership by hitting the join button right next to the sub below this video, where you can get access to our private Discord. We're offering coin calls, one-to-one access to us personally, insight into our personal portfolio, daily research of crypto assets with massive potential, and access to our brand new 100x portfolio. With so many benefits, you might as well check it out below. Don't forget to get 2 free stocks with Webull by signing up and then depositing $100 using our link in the description below. You can quite literally deposit the $100, get your 2 free stocks, and then withdraw the money. So there's no reason not to do that, and they could be valued all the way up to $1,600 each. But don't forget to actually deposit as well after signing up, otherwise you won't receive the second stock. Scammers get worse every day, so make sure to protect yourself and your crypto online with Pure VPN. Sign up below for some big discounts. You can get access to block content and protect yourself from phishing scams with super low monthly payments and high quality speeds. You can also sign up to our free Telegram via the description as well. All the links are in the description for affiliate links for discounts and free crypto, so go check them all out below. There's plenty of goodness on offer. Please like and subscribe. We are Crypto Maximalists.